time.
Ziggs as well.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be Trist's first pick. I feel like it does work really well. Jensen has started to play it. We know that it is a flex pick, so Tomo could potentially bring that down towards bot as well. And I think for sure if you don't take it, it's going to be grabbed up, so you pretty much have to. Now we just kind of have to see what is going to be the response and what are the changes here from Golden Guardians. Rel was obviously high prio for them last game, could absolutely go back towards it.
We'll see what they want to go for the 1-2 here. Feels like a lot of people do end up taking things like Sejuani and their first AD carry, Jayce, as a potential option into the Trist. We've seen a lot of Trist Jayce this playoffs. Feels like either side of the matchup can win it, just completely skill. Yeah,
absolutely. And Jayce pairs so well with Maokai. This is one of those pairings that had been considered really, really S tier, and I think it started to fall off a little bit, at least in priority in LCS. But having that Maokai to be able to group everyone up, with the ulti coming through, lockdown for those shock blasts to be guaranteed is really powerful.
Yeah, we can also still maybe see a first phase Ezreal here. Some people do like that combination. Obviously, the Maokai, Jayce, Kai'Sa is the OP, SSS, annoying champs to deal with, but the Ezreal can kind of slot in there, and the Maokai can end up with like first strike red smite. And the thing that, we were talking to some C9 players who played a composition like that, one of the things that makes it really annoying is the slow actually from the Maokai saplings, basically guaranteeing the rest of the poke lands, and then you have a decent chunk of magic damage as well from the Maokai. So not going to end up grabbing that, so most likely we'll see the Ezreal banned out in phase 2 here by Dignitas to stop kind of that second arm of the poke comp coming through.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Dignitas is going to go with the same top side as far as, their jungle, their top laner. We see the same top laner again locked in here by Licorice. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Ziggs the ban, as it is a good pairing alongside the Tristana. If you're going to draft an AD mid laner, you need to draft AP somewhere else. We know that it's not going to be from top, so banning out some of these bot laners that can go AP makes a lot of sense. Kai'Sa's already off the table, Ziggs off the table. In solo queue, I would be banning Karthus, but you just don't really seem to see that at all in the pro level, so I'm not sure if there is even another pick that Golden Guardians think Tomo might go to that is AP.
No, most likely not. Which does raise the question of where is any magic damage going to come from. If you are going to put the Tristana mid, might force it down to the bot lane. We'll have to see, because this is one of the few times it feels like where teams are actually completely matched in the picks thus far, with basically solo laners plus junglers taken. You're trying to ban out without limiting your own options a ton. So you can see some more of the fringier picks kind of gone, like the Ziggs. Rel is not fringe. That's just going to be snapped up right away by Golden Guardians, but then Braum is often the answer into melees. Just kind of get rid of that.
I was just laughing at fringier. I had no problem with,
you're just slapping
the statement.
A Y on things. Fringier, cringier, dingy, I don't know.
Is there a Y in the cringier? Yeah, I guess.
Cringier.
Wouldn't it be an I,
I don't know.
Cringy year?
I'm not English, man.
Okay, well, now we know.
I don't English good.
Aphelios going to be banned out. Theoretically, the Maokai could get swapped over to support. We saw that a couple times in the last couple weeks in the LCS, but definitely expecting it to be played jungle. We are looking for an AD here from Stixxay. He could go towards that Ezreal, as you called out. It is something that does fit pretty well into this style of composition, brings a second piece of poke, and I do think really fits the bill.
Yeah,
it's also a pretty aggressive squad that Dignitas has.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see the Aphelios banned out over the Ezreal. I thought for sure that was going to come through. Aphelios is obviously Stixxay's, I think, best champion in this split. He's had a ton of monstrous games, including even the last one, the fact that they were not able to actually punish him. But I guess we're going to see the Zeri return. This is something that Tomo actually also played as well, so both people kind of reaching into some favorites here.
Yeah, absolutely. They slammed down the Nautilus, so potentially knew that the Stixxay Ezreal would come out, and they feel that this is a good answer. This is something that obviously has a tremendous amount of DPS. They have a lot of engage here, and it's double marksman. Of course, there's a little bit of mixed damage there with Tomo's Zeri, but it is going to be largely physical. I don't think that we're going to get full tank Maokai, though. It's likely going to be, AP Maokai to give them some magic damage as well. Solo AP Maokai is generally the recipe that you do see. So there would maybe potentially some armor from Golden Guardian side, but I don't really think it's going to be that big a deal, because it's not like Stixxay is going to go, I don't think he's going to go the Frozen Heart build or anything like that. We're not going to see a tremendous amount of armor built up on the Golden Guardian side, besides maybe Licorice later in the game.
Still go AP Zeri, man. Still go Proto Belt. Lich Bane.
The nerf zap.
Yeah, it feels terrible. Try that quite a few times, not worth it anymore. So yeah, like you said, probably standard. You can still go the static shiv, but you're not going for like the static shiv kind of proccing through the whole team, dealing tons of damage with the AP anymore. So yeah, like you said, for the side of Dignitas, very physical damage heavy. That's also true for Golden Guardians, though, unless Maokai goes AP, which then, of course, means that they're not staking armor. So both teams shouldn't have any problem actually front-to-back team fighting in this one.
There is higher DPS from the Tristana and that Zeri, so I do think it's more on Dignitas to be the ones to engage, to be the ones who are the aggressors, and to start those fights, lock someone down where Trist and Zeri can instantly be hitting and free-firing. And for Golden Guardians, I think they're happy to play it out a little bit more slowly and try to poke and prod and chip people down with the Maokai and with everyone else. And now we have Raz on the sideline here with Golden Guardians, Coach Spooks.
Yeah, I've got Samuel Spooks Broadbean here with me. Got a few questions for you. First question, first of all, you look at level 1. How do you feel about that?
It's not looking too hot right now. Shit, get out of there, Trev.
No!
We're fine. Actually, Jay's dead. Alright, it's not looking too hot.
Oh, no!
Alright, 1 for 1. Actually, 1 for 1.
Okay, now how is it looking for your team?
You know what? Level 1's not ideal, but it happens. I think we're a stronger team. We'll adapt to the game. We're fine. We're fine. It's fine.
All right. I like that. Fire in the house. Second question before we quickly send this back to the casters. Like, you got a little bit of poke in your team. Comp, any threats from the Dignitas side that you're concerned about? Any parting words that you send your team?
Yeah, I mean, their scaling's really good. Like, they have Tristana, Zeri, Ksante. Obviously, like, we're going to need to take the game over in the mid game. So, yeah, we need to play a little bit cleaner than last game. I think we're a little bit sloppy. I think we're a little nervous, honestly speaking. But I think we got the nerves out after that game. We'll be fine.
All right. We've hopefully got the nerves out of the level 1. Thanks a lot, and we're going to be sending this to the casters.
You can tell they're definitely fine. He said it 15 times.
We're
They're
fine. We're fine. Guys, we're fine. We're nervous before. We're not nervous now. We're fine.
They scale really well. They did just first plus. It went to the Zeri, but it's fine. It's fine. We're fine.
Guys, we're not nervous. Better mid-game. We're fine. It is nice, though. It could have gone worse. To be fair, the last tick of the Ignite finished off that last kill onto the Ksante, so hey, we get a little bit of gold back. You know,
he's rich.
Leona scales extremely well with gold, as we all know. Way better than Zeri, totally so it's fine. Yeah. It's fine. To speak though, I do like his point about the kind of scaling advantage that Dignitas have, that their AD carries, if they're free hitting, become an absolute nightmare, and so they want to play clean in the mid game. Oh. We see River is also going. Was that a -1?
That was like a -3.
Okay.
That was like a -4.
Oh no. Yeah, 5 to 12 in CS is not a great look so far. River, I was just going to hit on quickly, is doing the AP poke build with the first strike and a red smite.
Yeah, there is a bit of a scaling advantage. You talked about with Ksante as well. Obviously, you know, has more value on average than that Renekton in the late game. But Golden Guardians, I don't think that they just like hard get outscaled, auto lose in late game. I think that you always have that opportunity. Jayce is one of those things that I think for a long time people talked about as this only an early game champ, but it actually scales pretty well. It does have a powerful laning phase, but when you get to later stages of the game, especially with these Shojin builds, you can do 2 empowered shock blasts per acceleration gate. But Gori is actually in trouble here, and Jensen's going to jump in, and this could potentially be first blood. Is he going to flash for it? Will not do it. Wasn't certain that he had the damage. I don't think Gori actually had his phase rush available, and so Jensen tracked the cooldown, went back in aggressive, and now fighting on this bottom side. A nice little sidestep on the zap there from Huhi will make the trade go in Stixxay's favor, but that mid lane matchup is so about playing around phase rush. When they jump in with that explosive charge, you proc the phase rush, you run away. Gori didn't have it, so Jensen went aggressive and was able to get a really good trade and very nearly kill him.
Yeah, I really like that. The Shock Blast combo missed out of Gori, and so that was definitely the clear sign that you're going to win that trade, as Jensen has to take a recall here. It doesn't quite go back yet, and I think he was more than 1 auto away, and I think he knew that, so if you flash in for the auto, Gori's going to reaction flash away, not going to get the kill, so just decides to hold on to both their flashes there. Was a very scary situation though, and this is one of those matchups that can go either way. You know, if Jayce gets a hammer form knockback on the Tristana rocket jump and she doesn't buffer it correctly, it's very easy to keep wailing on her in melee range. So it's a very skilly matchup that so far Jensen's done a good job in.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a really fun one to watch. We saw, you know, APA and Palafox played it back and forth a bunch of times. And so see how Gori is actually holding onto that E? He wants to hold on to the E as long as he can to try to interrupt the rocket jump, but there Jensen was just hitting those trades, you know, getting the autos down, so Gori eventually just knocks it back to end the trade. Poome and Santorin, Huhi and River, everyone is here. The sharks smell blood in the water, and it's River that could be in some trouble. Gonna actually twist it advance forward, but he's stunned up, he's ignited, and Pem River get locked down. Not just yet. It's the Tristana Jensen who falls on the other side. Gori, though, in some trouble. River low as well, but Poome and Santorin just don't have the extended damage, and Poome going to try to get out of there. Santorin looking to block, trying to turn around, flashes in, but I don't think he has the damage. Now it's a reactive flash back there from Gori, and he can step up, potentially knock him down. Poome going back in. It's the skirmish that never ends. Can't quite get it. I want to see exactly how Jensen actually got knocked down, because they had the passive fully stacked on the Maokai. I thought they would have been able to get the kill, but Jensen died without being able to get his flash off. He just got CC'd by the Leona and the Maokai.
Yeah, all that for only 1 kill. This hook by Poome missing is that little bit of extra damage in CC that would have ended up mattering in this long extended fight. They flash forward, and then just the E lands and the combo damage of Gori going hammer form with Huhi getting the kind of passive procs going off, blow him up. And then this chase down sequence was so close to getting turned. If there was just slightly more damage on either side, they could have found this kill. Not in range for that ranged auto for Gori. Tries to go into Santorin. That puts him low. He's now has to burn his flash. And then, unfortunately, no fervor of battle is in the game anymore for Leona to stack up in those long fights. As you can see, Huhi being bloodthirsty, frustrated. He is not able to be the damage Leona has to go these days with the Glacial Augment.
Yeah, shout out to Ignar. That Misfits series was legendary against T1. The Fervor of Battle, Leona. I was actually casting that series. One of my favorite series I've ever cast, so it's definitely a really cool one. Jensen, though, still having the push here through mid, is up 10 CS. That is Gori going in. And so this is the thing. I actually really like how Jensen is playing this out. Jensen is almost playing this little game of chicken. Generally speaking, when we see people jump in with the hammer form, Tristana will just jump back out. But in this case, Jensen is holding onto his jump, and then when the phase rush is procced, he can actually go in aggressive. So that makes Gori then go on the back foot there, a little bit defensive. So it feels like a little bit of an evolution of the matchup, how these guys are playing it. They're trying to read, can I win out these trades without jumping back, without spending those resources? And it has been working out pretty well.
We see a trade here as Huhi jumps in again. The other thing is Jensen has bone plating. So the kind of jump in, you pop your ranged attack speed bonus as Jayce often, then go melee form to do it. And that's what he does. But with the bone plating damage reduction, you don't have to jump away and worry about taking all those auto attacks. And then Jayce has to use hammer form E to actually knock you away, and ends up being an even trade as long as Jensen's hitting during that time. So like you said, an interesting evolution of how people are kind of playing this mid lane.
Absolutely. And the Serrated Zerk wasn't completed prior. You know, Gori had a really bad early buy because he was pushed back so early. So I think that is part of the reason Jensen was able to, you know, stay in and trade in this way. With the Serrated Zerk now completed, things may look a little bit different. It's such a powerful spike in these kind of matchups. Allows Jayce to get a lot more aggressive. Jensen out, moving out towards top side. Will he just actually try to full take this, or is he just using the fleet to heal? It's actually a move up towards Licorice, who now spots him and will be able to slice to safety.
I like the look there from Jensen, having a little bit of a roam timer, and Licorice pushed up. If you land Q3 Ksante to get the knockback, then you might have an angle to jump in, Buster Shot him back again, and find that kill. Didn't get it done, so we'll lose a creep or two, but I like when mid laners are willing to sack a wave.
Oh, Tomo in trouble. He's gonna get ignited. He already cleansed. He's trying to cut it out with the ulti, but I don't think he has. He flashes, but Stixxay with the prediction on the Ezreal ulti. Snipes him down and going forward. Huhi connects with the Zenith Blade. That one goes to Huhi. On the top side, though, it's Rich getting chopped through by Licorice and River, who may want more. Jensen jumps in, but did he want it? We'll find out. He's going to be able to Buster Shot them both back away, and Jensen now trying to kite to safety here. Feels he has to flash as he was worried about a potential twisted advance coming through. Golden Guardians win on both sides of the map. They're going to be onto the Herald here. You can see Poome is frantically running out of base, trying to get there to stop him.
Yeah, we'll see if they can get there in time, but does feel like it's going to get dropped before then. And even if he does get there, I'm not sure if Sejuani and Nautilus is going to have enough damage to punish them here. We also have Ksante moving up, but far enough back. Not able to get it. Should be able to.
No flash on River, though. So River, they're going to actually force him to fight. Jensen has first move, but Huhi is here. Gori is here. Rich is back, and it's round 2. Fight in the Scuttle Pit. We can see Huhi going in, pops the ulti, and it's a lockdown on Santorin. He's gone already. River's still alive in the back of the pit, and it's a meat grinder, and Dignitas is the meat. They're getting crushed in the pit there. The Herald is taken by Golden Guardians. Dignitas try to fight after it, try to punish River, who had no flash, but he survives, and they just lose even more kills.
Oh, the slow play by Golden Guardians collapsing as Dignitas do as well. They end up way ahead in kills, as well as getting the Rift Herald here. 3,000 gold during that time. Here's the bot play again. Like you called out, just such a heads up play by Stixxay, kind of flash predicting that. Here you go. You hop onto the Zeri right away, get enough of a chunk
late.
out, and yeah, Poome ends up landing a bad hook that sends him flying past the front line. So he has to chase Stixxay down as opposed to kind of like sitting on top of the Leona and peeling properly. And then the nice ult with the prediction, and then easy second round of spells by Huhi. Here, Gori gets caught out of position, actually exploded by the side of the top lanes, or top side of the map by Dignitas, but Jensen was behind the play, so it ends up being ultimately a 2-for-2 here, or 1-for-1, excuse me, that Golden Guardian is able to come out a little bit ahead of because Jensen just gets a little cray-cray with the jump in there and realizes, ooh, I do not want this.
Yeah, and then it's just another fight here. They're trying to punish River because they know he had no flash, but Huhi arrives, great stun over the wall, the shock blast lands on multiple members.
Also 6, because of the skirmish win bot side for the 2 kills, Poome is only 5, so it's not just like an odd number fight that's awkward, it's a big power gap.
Back to live, and it's back to Golden Guardians locking down another member. Santorin trying to get out of there, but he's locked up by the ulti, stunned down. And now the Twisted Advance is going to be available here as the ulti locks him down. But Poome is here, Tomo is here, and they're trying to turn it around. They do get the first kill. Stixxay now looking to arrive, but it's Jensen jumping in onto Gori. Gori flashes over the wall to safety. Tomo gets chased down, and again, Dignitas just struggling to finish off these members, but Poome hooks back in. It's a flash in from River, and they burst them down. Jensen falls, as does Poome. Golden Guardians crushing it in these skirmishes.
A 4-for-2 for Golden Guardians again. They saw the first game being a little slow, like you heard Coach Sam say, playing a lot more aggressive in game 2 here, camping the jungle, finding Santorin, putting him in full retreat mode, and even though they have first move from their bot lane, the Ezreal ult is able to come through, contribute, finish off Santorin, and while Tomo is potentially able to find a lot of kills here with Jensen, he becomes the next target by Gori, who has gone over the wall, and then we get this awkward situation, opposite sides of the map here. This hook maybe looks like they can get it, but the aggressive flash by River comboing with Gori. This is that mid-jungle 2v2 that we were so excited about all split long that wasn't quite able to show up versus NRG, but it's alive here.
And that's kind of a flash diff there. Gori's able to survive against Jensen because he has the flash. Jensen was missing his flash from that topside scuttle around the Rift Herald. And it's these little plays that are actually making all the difference in these fights. You know, Poome, we talked so much about it yesterday with Core JJ actually playing this matchup where he was hitting the hook every time, you know, on the Zenith Blade, interrupting that Zenith Blade. This was like the absolute worst case scenario in that bot lane fight where not only is he too late, but he hooks to the wall and pulls himself away. That causes him to lose there. On the top side, Jensen goes a little bit too aggressive, has to blow his flash. If he had his flash in this scuttle, in this fight, you know, after that Scuttle Crab fight on top side, he could have actually flash followed Gori into the red buff, killed him off potentially, got a reset, maybe win that fight, but Golden Guardians are just outplaying in all these small ways.
And this is the problem in League of Legends. It's a number of close fights with slightly played differently. Poome maybe lands that hook, whatever, and the gold lead's not as bad. But now that you're at a 4K gold deficit, the barrier of execution goes up so much for Dignitas to rally against a poke comp, which is very annoying to play against from behind.
I mean, that's the tough thing about League of Legends in general, is that the game snowballs, right? It's not like the NBA where they go up, they score, okay, it's okay, we can get one back.
I'll play defense better next time.
All of a sudden, they're 2 feet taller, right? And now the basket's bigger for them as well. It's much harder to win these fights, but they're going to actually look for Gori. They lock him down. He's got no flash now, but he's going to survive. He's going to be able to get out of there. Jensen not able to finish him off, and now the Nature's Grasp used to disengage. I thought that was going to be a guaranteed kill, but Gori can't even be killed off. The Buster Shot was used earlier there from Jensen. He thought he had the damage, and he didn't.
No, just not quite enough damage as well. Not having a first item completed here. Just slightly behind the pace of the game. Normally, if you have your Kraken there, that's an easy kill, but not able to do it thus far. And there, Gori gets out with his life.
And that's tough now. It's a 4K lead here, 13 minutes in, and
hello.
Tomo into the waiting arms of River. Will pop the ulti, should be okay, but Huhi is coming, and it's going to force the flash with the ulti from the Leona. Nicely done by Golden Guardians. I mean, they just kind of read exactly what Tomo wanted to do. He was pushing up. They know that if Stixxay steps forward, he's going to go over the wall. River's there. They know he's going to retreat into Tri-Brush. Huhi's there.
Does get out, does cost both of his sums now though, and with mid lane going this way, does mean there's probably going to be some roams down to the bot side soon. Gori grabs his third turret plate. He's online with the Duskblade done. Does enable a lot more aggressive melee Jayce plays in team situations that used to not be possible before it gave intangibility. I gotta say, not a fan versus invisibility. Very annoying when I get a hammer form Jayce lopping my head off and then running out for free.
It absolutely one-shots you and then just gets out of there. Jensen trading pretty well here. We'll see if the accelerated shock blast can connect. Looked like it was just short there. Jensen holds onto the flash, does survive. A close call again for Jensen. but it's Gori who has the pace in this game now, and it's Licorice again knocking down these towers on the top side. This is going to be a significant lead for him up there, over 500 gold in that top lane, and when you're looking down across the map, it's a massive lead in mid, it's a massive lead in jungle, and really, they're ahead everywhere.
Yeah, over 1,000 gold advantages for both solo lanes and the jungle. Makes the top side of the map extremely potent, and Ezreal is perfectly happy to kind of play weak side, and he's only slightly ahead, but at the end of the day, you're just mystic shotting from the back line and looking for your opportunity to shift in. Meanwhile, the top side for Golden Guardians is absolutely devastating. They do have 2 dragons stacked already, which kind of got lost in the pace of the game, is the fact that they're actually having a very fast dragon stacking game this time as well.
And going for their second Herald already. They're there on spawn. They have the Renekton, they have the Maokai. They've already secured that. Santorin was spotted on bot side because he was trying to protect their bot lane duo, but that meant free Herald on top side for them. The mid lane turret is already low. They've already knocked down the tier 1 in top. Tomo will trade one back up down here, but Huhi may actually take this fight. He's going to go in with the solar flare. It is a 2v3. Can they take this? Gori is coming in, but the ulti's going to be thrown on him. Tomo trying to cut out the ignite. Might not be enough to take him down, but now Licorice has arrived. River's here as well, with the Nature's Grass looking to lock them down. Does actually root up onto Jensen, and the flash forward comes in from Huhi. Jensen's in trouble. Stixxay cutting back. 3 members already down for dig. It's Rich trying to turn it around, but it's River behind them.
Oh, they're cut off.
Behind a rock in a hard place. Jensen's got nowhere to go. There's the twisted advance. He's stunned up. He's locked down. The tower's gone. Dignitas is gone. Rich is going to run for the hills, but you got nowhere to go. Here comes Gori to the skies, and into the grave goes Rich. Dignitas clean aced under their tier 1.
5-0, Golden Guardians playing angry after a dicey game 1 after losing to NRG. They are showing why they ended the regular season tied with Cloud9, showing that they shouldn't be in the lower bracket, absolutely destroying this game, almost a 10K lead, only 16 and a half minutes into the game.
Yeah, this one is an absolute shellacking by the Golden Guardians. They look for the aggressive play there. You heard the coach with confidence. It's fine, everything's fine.
Turns out it's better than fine. I would say this is great. This is fantastic.
Peachy keen.
This play starts as a 3v2 that, with the Ezreal ult, puts Tomo low enough that he can't keep actually standing behind his front line and pelting, because if that's a healthy Zeri, you can just sit behind your beef, hit that Leona for going in, hit Licorice for chasing you down, but that's not the case, and River able to get behind them, pin them all underneath this turret. They get a number of kills, and Rich realizes, if this wave gets into the turret, we're so dead, but there's nothing he can do to stop that. Jensen's trying to get out through River. Very hard to make it through a Maokai, who he also, with the re-engage, finds that kill, and Rich does his best to survive, almost gets out here after Stixxay misses the fadeaway Q. Gori got the cleanup, though.
Yeah, but back to live, and again, it is another tower going down. Huhi moving to 3rd all-time now, just past Bjergsen in total assists. 3,523 assists in the LCS. An incredible career from Huhi across multiple teams, across multiple positions. And I think he's playing some of the best League of Legends we've ever seen from him.
Yeah, it's really cool to see a guy who has been through so much. You saw Emily's Draw My Life to start the day, to have such a long career, moving across the world, to play in North America as a mid laner substitute, getting the main spot, having a nice showing with CLG, making MSI finals with them, and then moving over to the support position and now making 4 straight finals in a row here domestically.
I gotta say, River is one angry tree, man. He's already on 2 full items. His damage was actually shocking in that last fight. The Nature's Grass coming forward. Rich potentially caught out. Zenith Blade connects, and in goes Stixxay to finish him off. On the other side, Santorin's on the run, but it is an angry crocodile on his heels. Licorice looking to get another kill. Should eventually be able to get it. Maybe Santorin can make him waste a little bit of time, but it's River already taking the dragon here. It's Santorin on the run. I don't think he's going to be able to make it out. The flash forward is forced, but on the other side, they're pushing the towers. They're taking the dragon. Dignitas are getting nothing.
Yeah, you kind of just go, great, got his flash. You timed the flash in chat. There we go. Nicely done. Got that one, because that's about all they've gotten so far. Dignitas just get obliterated in these fights. There's absolutely no way for them to realistically get back into this game. It is 12K gold at 18 minutes and 48 seconds. I won't even say the Mad Lions meme.
You love the Mad Lions.
I bring it up every time I can.
Yeah. Except for now.
No, I won't mention it. I won't mention it that it took 1647 to lose at an international competition. I won't mention that.
Some bold restraint. Really impressive stuff. Able to hold it back.
Barely able
Proud
to.
of you.
I will say also, you called out the Maokai. I didn't even realize 5 kills. And actually going the Leandry's build. Oftentimes people just go demonic and then kind of more tanky for that little bit of
Demonic
poke.
and then they're broke.
Yeah, they're demonic, like, great, my end game, I'm done. Here's my build. But this is a very fed tree who's far enough ahead of the game. Normally you do want tankiness as your second item because you're a little bit weaker in the jungle and you need to survive a little bit in front line. But here he can go full damage and not actually fall behind the damage of the enemy team.
I mean, in some of those skirmishes, his Bramble Smash was doing about 20% of these AD's health. It was kind of ridiculous. Just his Q was coming down and really messing him up. So definitely have to watch out for him. He is a real threat.
He actually went 5 points Q, only 3 E. I feel like a lot of people with this build go just straight E max.
Yeah, I mean, he's just going more for the skirmish power there, but it's going to be a great shift from Stixxay as Poome looks for the hook. It does connect. Jensen trying to push Huhi back, but in comes that Nature's Grasp, and they're getting locked down. We've seen this one before, and it doesn't end well for Dignitas. Licorice arrives. Gori's here as well, and it's Dignitas on the run. Rich flashing over the wall, but in comes Stixxay with the shift forward. River's going to buy some time as he goes golden, but it's Gori into the Dustblade proc, and he's chasing down after Tomo. Tomo trying to get out of there, but he's got nowhere to go but back to the grave. 4 more kills. It's a triple for Stixxay, and Golden Guardians have 23 kills in only 20 minutes.
No way to end the game. Unfortunately, no minion waves to meet up with at Nexus turrets or anything, so they'll have to fall back to the Baron, grabbing this one 20 minutes in. But like you said, 14K gold lead. Not much left to play here for Dignitas. Your mind already has to be on game 3 and trying to figure out what you can do better this time around. Or next time around.
A lot.
There's a lot you can do better this time. Next time.
There's a lot of material to look at here from this game, I will say that.
Oh boy, it used to look back at some of those early fights, just slightly played better. It's the 4K lead, then it's the 8K lead, then the game's over, so.
I mean, loses improve, and they are losing hard in this one, so there's a lot to improve.
At least the emote game's coming out. I was gonna make a mention, I haven't seen a ton of emotes. I was waiting for the pig emote while chasing the Sejuani down out of Licorice. Doesn't seem to have that one equipped, but Santorin is indeed sad being very hard this game.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on for them. All they can do, when you're this far down, you just keep fighting. You see what happens.
Flip a burger.
Yeah.
Maybe it lands on the grill, maybe it lands on the ground.
This is definitely a sandy burger.
This is no one wants this burger.
Yeah, no one wants this
I guess
burger.
Golden Guardians had a great burger flip.
True.
Not, for every burger flip, there's a winner and a loser.
I was gonna say one of those fancy gourmet burgers, but I would say those are pretty overrated.
I watched an entire...
I've never had a burger that I spent like 20 bucks on or whatever that I thought was value.
Nothing better than what you get for 5.
Yeah.
I watched a whole video about Wagyu meat and burgers.
Wagyu?
Wagyu? I don't know how you say it, whatever. I'm not cultured, Azael. We've gone over this.
True. Dignitas, we've gone over this as well. They're getting pushed back into the base here by Golden Guardians. The inhibitor towers under siege. The inhibitor towers falling 2 at a time as the Golden Guardians go marching in 2 by 2 into the base here, looking to finish off Dignitas, looking to put this series to match point. And they could put the finishing touches on this one right here, right now, if they want to risk it. Dignitas is going to meet a miracle, and we'll see if they've got any miracle workers on their side. As Licorice is going deep. Did he go too far? Is Rich is going to scoop him back, and it's a shutdown already on the side of Dignitas. River's in trouble. River's on the run. He's going to fall as well. But it's another kill for Stixxay, and it's them getting run over again by the Ezreal. It's all up to Jensen, it's all up to Rich. It is a 2v3, but they've got no health, they've got no towers, and they've got no base. Jensen heals back up in the well, but he's got to jump up now if it's going to happen, and it's not. As Gori smacks him down in the fountain. There is no reprieve from Golden Guardians in game number 2. They're going to move us to match point.
Nothing Dignitas can do to protect their Nexus. This one ends up dropping as they were camping the fountain, feeling great. 27 kills in 23 minutes. Massive, massive game 2 here out of Golden Guardians.
Huge.
Huge.
Enormous.
Huge.
Gigantic.
Love seeing the bit of camaraderie there between Rich and Gori. They're kind of buds from their time playing in the LPL at the similar time period. So you can see there the stopwatch to bait Gori going in. That's the win you take right now for Dignitas.